Hello students, today in the business environment unit we are going to learn about the dimensions or elements of business environment. And you all know that there are five environments that are economic environment, social environment, technological environment, political environment and legal environment. So let's learn about them in detail. The economic environment is the environment which have an impact on every business directly or indirectly, and there are various aspects of the economic environment like the per capita income, means what is the income of an individual person in a country, savings and investment, what are the savings of the country and what are the investments, balance of payment for which we have to maintain the foreign currency reserves in our country, and how much we have to pay, what are the situation or numbers or amount of foreign currencies of different countries, and GDP, that is gross domestic product, means national income, what is the level of national income this year, then what is the previous year figure, and we can compare it and find the deviations and causes of deviations. Exim policy is also an economic environment constituent. Exim means export, EX for export or IM for import. So export or import policies are major determinant of economic environment. Then interest rates and tax rate also impact us. Then inflation, deflation, personal disposable income. There are various terms of economics here. So you just have to write the main parts or main constituents in your answer book. Overall, we can say that in economic environment which affect us economically, we have to take care of them, means we have to scan them, we have to adopt according to the changes in the economic environment. So the keyword for all the elements of business environment is scanning and adaptation. First of all, we have to scan the business environment, then we have to adapt ourselves according to the changes in business environment. We cannot change the environment. We have to mold ourselves according to the changes happening in the business environment. Let's move on to the next point, that is social environment, and it comprises of many items like life expectancy in a country. In India, it is almost 65, means after 65 there is no surety of life in general, or it is an average of whole country. So earlier it was 33 before independence. So it shows that how much we have improved on medical and health area. The more medical facilities provided by the government and private or sector, then the life expectancy will certainly improve. Next is quality of life, like the overall average. We calculate the overall average of whole country. What is the standard of living of people? What kind of articles they are using? What kind of houses they have? what mode of transport they are using, what kind of food they are eating, everything it includes, and what is their literacy level. So it is quality of life. Next is birth and death rate. It is also major constituents. How many childbirth there in a country in a particular area and how much deaths are there. Then migration, why the people are migrating from one state to another state or one city to another city. So the main cause of migration is normally employment and education. So government has to focus on these aspects. If employment and education is provided in their own city, then they will not migrate. So government has to improve these figures. Next is taste and preference of customers. What type of product they are willing to purchase? What are the changes in the social pattern of consuming goods? Earlier they were using different type of goods or substandard quality of goods. Now their income rises and they are using superior quality goods. So government and the businessmen both have to see it. If the consumption level for superior goods increases, it means that country is growing. So social environment is very complex and very large. It includes the composition of family, which type of families we have. Earlier we have joint family system, and now the joint family system is decreasing and nuclear families are arising more. So there are various reasons. Migration is also one of them. Next is traditions. What are the traditions of people in particular region? Because tradition changes from region to region in India. So the businessman has to see the product they are producing are according to the traditions of that particular area where they are going to sell their products or not. Suppose if we are manufacturer of sarees which lady wears, so it cannot be exported to any European country. It is very difficult to sell them there. Instead of jeans can be sold out there. So we have to see the traditions of the region as well as the trends. What are the latest trends? We have to see it. The value system, what is acceptable here in a village and what is acceptable or what is normal in a city or a metro city or in foreign country. There is lot of variation of the value system in different area in different countries. So we have to take care of the value system of our targeted market. Then next is religion. Generally, businessman does not touch any religion because it is very sensitive area. We cannot point out any religion or we cannot give priority to any one religion because our customer may be of any religion. So we just have to write it, but generally we have to take care of all the religions. Then only we will be able to sell more goods. If we are restricted to only one single religion, then it will be a problem. As well as the culture, we have to see the culture of the targeted market or area, which may be different from the our culture. Now, next element is technological environment. In the technological environment, we have to see that what are the latest happening in the technical area. Means the machines which we are using are up to date or not. If there are latest machines arrived or innovated, then we have to buy them. There is no choice. Because whenever technology moves on, it generally moves with better feature. Suppose the mobile phones before 10 years are of inferior quality than of today's mobile phone. So simply if we are using too old machinery, our per unit cost will be more than those who are using the latest technology. So for saving cost, we have to invest heavily in plant and machinery, and we have to be update according to the latest changes. But there is a question that every businessman cannot frequently change his machinery. So there is a big challenge for them, that how to cope up with the technological advancement. So in technology only two things are happening generally: innovation, something new, or improvement in existing one. And we have to update ourselves if we are able to pay for them, because the latest technology is always dearer than the old technology. Next point is political environment. In the political environment, we have to see the political stability, the attitude of government toward the businessman. Sometimes they may be favorable, sometimes unfavorable, and a businessman must be clever enough to make good connections with the government officially as well as at personal level. Then only they will be getting good contracts. And for political environment, we must know the constitution of our country, its details. There must be a political stability. Political stability here means the prime minister or the government which is chosen must work for at least its full tenure. And what is full tenure? It is 5 years term. If the government is not stable, means they are losing votes, and every year there are elections, then we will not be able to get good favors from the government, and government will be mismanaged, because every new government will change the orders of previous one, and there will be a political unrest in the country. So that is a worst situation we have already faced in 90s, when three prime ministers are changed one by one within 2 years. So it is very bad situation. There must be a political stability for the growth of economy as well as the business. We also have to take care of the political ideology, their thinking, their vision, their future prospects, what they are going to do for business, what are their plans for improving the economic condition of the whole country as well as individuals, plus what are the subsidies they are offering to businessmen which are pertinent to some business. So overall, there must be political stability. Government must serve for at least their full tenure, that is of 5 years. And if there is any change in the business environment or political environment, we have to be aware enough and scan it and prepare our adaptation plan, that how we can survive in it. And the last one is legal environment. Legal environment comprises of any old or new law. Like we have Companies Act, Partnership Act, Consumer Protection Act, Sales of Goods Act, Indian Contract Act, Indian Penal Code, GST Act, Income Tax Act. There are number of acts, and many new law are also emerging. So any old or new law and their mixture will comprise the legal environment. Through legal environment, the government want to control on the citizens, media and the business firms. Or we can say overall the all population of the country is controlled through the legal environment. And legal environment tell us that what to do and what not to do. So if we are aware about the legal environment, the new laws, then only we will be able to follow them. If we are unknown to the new laws, then how can we follow them? And there are more chances of getting penalty or fine or imprisonment if we violate any law. So we have to resist ourselves. We have to scan the business environment for all the business environment dimensions. It is very easy to understand any one element, but sometimes there may be a combined effect of all these environment. So it is difficult to understand in totality. The keyword is still very important for us, that we must have to continuously scan the all elements of business environment through reading newspaper, through personally talking to someone who knows it, through visiting various websites, updating ourselves daily basis, then only we can be able to survive. So we have to scan all the elements of business environment, plus we have to adapt ourselves by making plans and policies for future course of action. So that's all for today. Thank you, students.